In the first video about slope, we had learned about how to calculate the slope and how to formulate it. In this second part, we're going to look at some generalities between slopes and what that tells you about how the line should be oriented, and in particular to find the slope of a horizontal and a vertical line. In the first slope video, we looked at two slopes and you were actually asked to find the measurements of them, but let's summarize them a little bit here. You're given this line and this line, and you found the slopes to be -3/2 and 1/2 respectively. Um, but these kind of indicate the types of slopes you're going to be able to see. This one's a negative slope. As I move from left to right, this line is moving in a downward direction. So it goes from upper left to bottom right. Whereas the 1/2 slope is obviously a positive slope. As you can see, that's moving up as we move from left to right. And basically, you know, if the slope is less than 0, we have a negative slope, and that should indicate it's going down as it moves from left to right. And, you know, if you have a positive slope and m is greater than 0, it means you should be moving upwards as you move from left to right. Now, use what you know about slopes to find a couple of slopes on this next page. So these two are kind of special circumstances that I'm hoping that you had a chance to see, because you should have run into some difficulties as you tried to calculate the slope on these. So for this first one, what is the slope of the line that passes through -4, 5, and 3, 5? Well, as you can see, when you set up the slope formula, you would have 5 minus 5 on top over -4 minus 3, which would give you a slope of 0 over -7, which of course 0 divided by any number is 0. If you actually plotted the 2 points and graphed the line through it, you would see that it is a horizontal line. So basically, you know, when you have the slope equaling 0, the line is horizontal. In the second one you were given to look at, what is the slope of the line that passes through 1, -2, and 1, 6? When you set up the slope formula, you would have -2 minus 6 over 1 minus 1 as one of your possibilities, which gives you a -8 divided by 0. If you had the points oriented differently, you would have 8 divided by 0. In either case, we do have an issue here. We have the denominator being 0. In the real number system, division by 0 is not defined. So we would typically say in a situation like this that the slope is undefined. Again, if you plot these 2 points and draw the line between them, you would see it's a vertical line. Therefore, if you have a situation where the slope m is undefined, the line is in fact vertical. And you have a summary of this in your e-textbook. Basically, these are what we came to the conclusion about. And these can sometimes help you along the way as you are calculating slopes. If you have a line that's kind of moving upwards as you move from left to right and you're telling me it's a negative slope, well, obviously there's something wrong with your calculation or something wrong with the graph that you may have made for it. So that's an indicator to go back, look over your work, and make sure that everything's running fine there. So that's all there is about finding the slopes of lines, as well as identifying horizontal and vertical lines and finding some other general characteristics regarding lines based on their slope. If you have any further questions regarding this, please make sure to contact me. Have a good day, everybody.